Me and this helmet went through some wars together. And some things that stand out is these stick marks here probably were from the Rose Bowl when we played Ohio State. This is from the Senior Bowl, I would imagine. This red I know is from the Senior Bowl. But it's when I hold this, it just reminds me of hard work, one at a time. Coach Snyder, Coach Cazzetto, my teammates.
Legends Luncheon coming up. When it's homecoming, you get the football players back together. Just what kind of emotions and memories does that kind of bring back when you get to be back on campus for you? It's
like a flood of emotion, a flood of nostalgia. I have an interesting perspective on that. I feel that when you're part of something like a football team, or maybe even the military, or anything where you're part of a team or an entity that's bigger than yourself, and you have to give a part of your individuality to be part of that entity. In our case, it's being a Sun Devil football player. You know, the guys that you're with, the times that you're there, the years that you're there, all those experiences, I believe that when we leave, when our time is done, as mine was in 1996, after the Rose Bowl in 97, that a piece of your soul and your body, a piece of you stays there. You leave it behind and you move on. And we all do that. And I believe that when we come back, and we reunite and we're all together again, you get that piece back. That's why you feel that energy of being a kid. You feel that youthful, just vibe, and everyone gets back together, and usually within seconds, right? We're right back into the mode that we were the last time we were all together. To me, it's like the ultimate fountain of youth. It's a way for us to get young again. When we're on campus, in the place that made us successful, in the place that we love so much, where we left the piece of our souls, we get that piece back for that moment in time again. So being at the Legends Luncheon and being around these legends and these guys that I played with and that I knew about and got to meet while I was a player is just a special thing, because being, again, a Sun Devil is extremely special. It's something that's very meaningful. So when we have that opportunity to come back, it's like a fountain of youth. We regain that little bit of youthfulness that we had, whether you're 80 years old, 60 years old, 40 years old, or 25 years old. It's the experiences we had as friends, as teammates, as brothers, after practice, after the meetings, after the yelling, after the intensity of a football game. It's always the moments that we had together afterwards or before or during. Jake and I, for instance, last week talked about the Wednesday nights. The offensive line would get together at my house. We would watch movies, and then we'd get Taco Bell. And we're talking $30, $40 at Taco Bell in the 90s. So imagine it's a heck of a lot of food. Now $30, $40 is a family of 4. There were 15 of us. But just those memories, right? Having the guys there in the apartment. This is before social media. No one's posted on Instagram or, hey, check us out, we're at Juan's apartment. No, it was just the group of guys that wanted to be together and just enjoying some movies and some food and just spending time together as family. So when I look at this helmet, it reminds me that not everything comes easy, that you have to commit, you have to work hard, and you have to outwork the person next to you if you want to get ahead. And I try to bring that mentality into my team here at Viking is every day is different. We got to play as a team. Also, this reminds me of team. I was part of the Sun Devils. It's never about one person, it's about we.
So much of football now is mobile quarterbacks, scrambling quarterbacks. You blocked for one of the originals in yes. Jake the Snake. What was it like? What were your memories of blocking for him and kind of seeing then how the position has evolved into that kind of style of play now?
Jake was just that magnetic personality. He was a combination of being a great athlete, a great leader, and just a great guy. We love Jake. We still love Jake. He's still our leader. He's still our guy to this day. Right? I love my quarterback. But playing with him was special from the standpoint that you knew that all you had to do is hold your block, do your job. Hold your guy a couple more seconds longer. Hold that blitz a little bit longer. Identify things early and just give him that extra space and time to see the receiver, and he was going to find him, whether it was Lindsey Jackson, whether it was Keith Poole, Kenny Mitchell, Ricky Boyer. He was going to find that guy because Jake just had that ability to see the field like a lot of quarterbacks can't. And you're right, he had the mobility and the niftiness and nimbleness to avoid a rush or avoid a blitz and then free up in the pocket. If you finish your block on the left or right side, he's able to get outside that pocket and deliver the football. It's a rare trait. But one thing that made Jake special and still makes Jake special is that he's just a natural leader. He's a guy that's just magnetic. You just can't help but liking the guy, and you rally around him. And those are things you can't teach. You can't teach somebody to be a leader. You can't teach somebody to be magnetic. You either have that or you don't. And the minute he walked on campus in 1993 up at Tonazona, when him and Jason Verdugo were battling for that number 2 spot behind Grady Benton, who Jake eventually unseated as the starter, you knew he was special. You knew that there was something about Jake, being that skinny kid from Boise, Idaho. You just knew that we had something special with him. And the other player that I felt had that same magnetism and energy from him, exuded from him when he came on campus, was Pat Tillman a year later. Those are the two guys you could say just came in here and immediately had an impact on not only the team, but on the community.